Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Miss Kani. I'm from Student Career Development Center of TAUC from the main campus. All right. How many of y'all know where the Student Career Development Center is, where it's situated? Those who are from KL main campus, do y'all know where we are? You can type your answers in the chat box. Okay, no answer. Nobody knows, is it? All right. Okay, so we are in the main campus at Bangunan Tan Sri Kokaibo, first floor. All right. So if y'all are around at the campus, you can drop by anytime to visit us. All right. So a bit on what we actually do. Okay, Student Career Development Center. We are mainly involved in career and talent development initiatives. So for career development programs, what we have normally is we conduct career fairs, be it virtual or physical. Virtual, somebody unmute themselves. Yes, any questions? All right. Okay, guys, if you accidentally unmute yourself, just mute it again. Yeah, we don't want any extra noises during the session. All right. Thank you for your cooperation. All right. So where was I? Okay. So what we actually do is we run career fairs, okay, physical and also virtual career and internship fairs. On top of that, we run beneficial workshops, talks, and industrial engagements, such as our program for today, our webinar session for today. All right. And we also have career advisory. Okay, so what is it about? So later on, I'm going to put in some details on our services and also link to our Facebook page and also our IG account. So you can follow us on our Facebook page and IG to get more information on our programs, upcoming events, and also career and internship opportunities. All right. Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to introducing our speakers for today. Okay, so with me today, we have Mr. Stuart Low and also Mr. Ryan Fu from Green Pro Capital Corp. All right, so our webinar session for today, as you all know, it's Digital Entrepreneur Starts from AI Accounting. Okay, that's going to be a very interesting topic for today. Okay, just a kind reminder for all the students, this webinar session, we will be giving soft skill points for this webinar session, provided you stay until up to the end of this session and fill out our feedback form that I'll be sharing the link later on and in the chat box. All right. Okay, let me pass the session to Mr. Stewart.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Miss Kani. Okay, I shall start now. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to participate in this Digital Entrepreneurs Start from AI Accounting sharing section. I'm Stuart, the head of business solutions of our fintech under Green Pro Capital Corp. Okay. Without further ado, let's start our sharing section now. Okay. So before we start, let's make it a section that's full of interactions. So later on, maybe I will ask some questions. Like you can give me your response in terms of answer me yes or no, 1 and 2 like that lah. Okay. All right. Okay. So for this, what we call the Malaysia Digital Entrepreneur is a program that for Green Pro, we created out. We organized this to welcome all the Malaysia entrepreneurs to join with us. Okay. So when we talk about entrepreneur, we have a lot of story to share. Basically, as you can see from this particular slide, we call it as the reconciliations of traditional entrepreneurship with the new way of value creation and doing business in a digital era. We have two types of entrepreneur nowadays. We have old types, like from our father or grandfather's era. So they is a very strong entrepreneurs in those days. But now with what we call the advancements of the digital tools, as in your generation, you need to start to what we call adopt the technology advancement by making it a combination of the knowledge and also the digital tools that we have now in our era. Okay, let's start. So before we start, let me make some basic brief introductions for what is the background of GreenPro. GreenPro Capital Corp is a US Nasdaq listed company, multinational financial service company it's a Malaysian-based company. Our office across the ASEAN, we have a Hong Kong branch, Shenzhen, and Malaysia is our HQ lah. So from the management team of GreenPro is, you can see Dr. C.K. Lee, Gilbert Look. They are the co-founder of GreenPro. Basically, they are from the corporate advisory background and also in the financial advisory background. So under the service portfolio of GreenPro, we have our corporate advisory, like we bring our clients to go for the overseas dual listing, which means when the business, they grow until a certain stage, they meet their bottleneck, they're unable to grow further. So one thing is they need to step further, okay? They need to do expansion. Maybe they will go public in the Malaysia capital market or in the international market like US, Hong Kong. So this is what corporate advisory we do. And wealth management under GreenPro umbrella is we help our client to set up trust and fund. Like you can see those rich people, those rich guys, they always have a lot of money, but they are worried about their grandkids or their sons one day will spend all of their assets, their money, which they earn a whole life from them. They will spend it in a few years, then spend everything. So we help them to set up this trust and fund to ensure the wealth will continue. They will have the continuity of the flow of their what we call the wealth lah. Okay, in terms of financial technology, it's a very interesting that also related with our today topic. So we have our accounting intelligence until BI, CI, DI, EI, and FI, as you can see. Okay, later on I will do further explanation from here. And incubation is, we have a lot of young entrepreneurs, they have ideas, they want to step up, maybe they're lacking of some guidance, how to step up the first step. They have idea, but they don't know how to start it. So here we have our incubation center. Okay, we have our international standard mentors, and also we could guide them one step. Okay, so yeah, this is our latest, not latest I mean 2 years ago, some news international media coverage in the Yahoo Finance when we launched this program, My Digital Program. We got some support from the government agencies and also like SME associations for the launching of this program. Okay, now we coming into our topic of the day. Just now I saw a lot of you, we have some of you from the final year student. Okay, so let's do some survey over here. Okay, have you ever thought before you have a concern about when you go to the career world? Okay, you will feel like very stressed about the jobless. You cannot estimate where is your next job. Okay, this is every final year student's concern. If you have this worry, okay, please type a yes lah in the chat box. Let me have a look. How many of you have this jobless? Okay, hold on. I got to yeah. Any of you from the last year final year student, you have this worry, like you cannot find your job after graduate? Okay, I'm not sure whether are you guys following or not. Okay, yeah, thanks Iwan for responding me. So yeah, reminder for you all, if you guys are responding to me, maybe I will share out more interesting topic over here that you cannot learn from outside later on. So it's better that you can follow me lah. Then I will share you some interesting what we call the knowledge you cannot see outside. Yeah, later on we'll bring in some surprise for you guys. Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go. As you can see from here, there is around the highlighted part. We have 200K of graduates. Okay, reported in the 2021 December. 200K of the graduates have yet to get any job in 2020. So I can see the trend is slowly moving like China. Okay, when the China, the numbers of the fresh grad, because their population is a lot, how many times for Malaysia population? So whatever that happened in 5 to 10 years ago in China, our Malaysia side will follow them, because this is the evolving of the population. So when the amount of population is getting much, it's getting more, then we'll see the what we call the competition is there. Okay. So when you as a student, you cannot find a job out there. I believe some of you will have, especially from the business and finance faculty, you will have your what we call the dream to become an entrepreneur. Okay, because you cannot find a job, you get retrenched maybe one day. I hope that not happening so soon. If you are not competitive enough, that's the fact. Okay, so every of you will have a thought that one day I will become entrepreneur, but how? Okay, as a business owner out there, you must think in this way. Growth, grow your business or you die. There's only two ways for you. Ultimately, you will go. But sadly, to share to you about this, following the SME statistic over here, 80% of the SME actually cannot survive more than 3 years. What is the reason? Okay, you can see the over my right side. Okay, the reporting from the Statista. There is a different kind of the reason that makes the SME fail. Okay, like for example, the highest record is no market need. Okay, run out of cash, not the right team, get out competed. Okay, poor of product, so different kind of reason. But from us, we conclude them into two main reasons, the root cause. The SME actually they lose for the market competition. Okay, they steal from the market competition, or they have the cash flow problem. The company is good, you have a good team member, your product is good, but you don't know what is your business health. That makes you unable to estimate when is your cash flow, and then causing you has to go bankruptcy. So this is another second root cause from here. Okay, here is the critical problem faced by the SME, lead by just now the whatever reason why the SME fail. This is the study done by Majlis Amanah Rakyat. They conclude that only the 4 root causes that causing the SME fail out of so many reasons. First thing, lack of the accounting knowledge. So over here, we can see not all of you will have the accounting knowledge. Maybe you will study before when you're year 1, sem 1, you have a principle of account. Okay, but today if you have the dream to become entrepreneur, are you able to come up a financial statement by yourself? For sure, the answer is no, because as a business owner, you maybe come from the mass communication, you maybe come from a marketing, business administration, so you weren't able to so talented that you can possess all kind of the skill in your hand. Okay, because you only completed your 3 to 4 years of the degree. So the second reason is lack of properly business record. The business record mentioned here is like when you do business, for sure you have your invoice, you have your cash statement, all this, you have your quotations. Okay, when you not properly manage this definitely will cause you a big trouble. Believe me, you must remember today, whoever attend in this sharing section, you must remember in your mind, one day you go out, do your business. If you don't know how to keep track of your business document, you must find someone help you to do, or you use something technology in the market, help you to like cloud technology, like any software help you to keep everything, or else definitely you will headache one day. So the third part is the lack of ICT usage. Not all of us are from the IT savvy background. Some of us like, okay, when you call yourself as IT savvy, not necessarily you need to using the SaaS, what we call the SAP, what we call the all kind of the tools in the market, but it's just a normal ICT usage. Even this, later on, my team member Ryan Fu will share to you the real scenario that in the market. What is the level of the ICT adoption in the market? Okay, when it comes to the fourth reason, the fourth problem, many of them, they know how to do business, okay, but they don't do their account. They don't have a properly record in their account. They don't know who can help them to do. Then they want to do financing to the bank, from the bank, and then for some shareholder out there. They want to borrow money because they are unable to cross over. They are unable to pass this stage when the business suffers some financial problem during this pandemic. Anyhow, the bank will reject you because why? You are unable to provide a proper record of your financial statement, your business health. You don't have any idea about how to do this, and then the bank for sure will reject you. Okay, from here we can see a SME growth model from GreenPro. We come out this. Let me just explain to you. We have a several stage of the SME growth. From here, we have a several stage. The lowest part is struggle, which means you will need 100 ringgit to survive, but you only can earn like 10 ringgit. So you struggle here. Survive is you only can survive, which means you need 100 ringgit. Okay, so just nice you earn 80 to 90 or 100. It's just right target that you're able to sustain. Okay, you cannot force it. You cannot have any car accidents. You cannot have any incident that you're not expecting it to happen in the near future, or else you cannot. You just fall under. Okay, again you go back to the struggle. Okay, these two stages we call them as small and micro enterprise. Small and micro enterprise is like Lazada sellers, what we call the Shopee. Okay, you do online selling. The definition of small and micro enterprise is their company is like 3 to 5 people in their company. So I believe all of you who have a dream to become entrepreneur, when you start your business, you fall under this category. We call it as small and micro enterprise. Okay, so at this stage, you have this problem. No market need, like just now I mentioned, poor product. You have fine tuning your what we call the business proposal. You don't have enough cash. You know you are new, so you still haven't find your team. Okay, you have all these issues. You fall under this. Around 300K of your sales turnover in this stage. We come to stable. Stable, which means you need 100 ringgit. Okay, you can earn 120, 150. You are stable. Okay, you are at this stable stage. So at this stage, those business owners will focus on profit generation. So they will strive to earn more money, trading. Okay, they don't care what's happening out there. They need to ensure the cash flow enough. Okay, so focus in the enhancement of the product, how to reduce their cost. They under this stage, stable. Okay, so when we talk about sufficient and also significant, which means they need 100 ringgit, they can earn 1,000 already, 2,000. They are sufficient. Also going forward to significant. They are those companies from large and public companies background. Okay, like I think and one example for you is like Top Growth. Okay, like Mr. DIY, they already in sufficient, and that's why they want to expand their market. They want to go for listing. Okay, go to the Bursa, do listing, and go whatever to the worldwide market. They are in this stage. Anyhow, today our topic will focus into small and micro because they are related with you. So if let's say you are fall under this category, what is the solution to you? Can help you to solve this? Okay, in general saying, we conclude them into two categories. For the business owner, you must have your external and also internal, what we call the external and internal to take care. Okay, so the external, which means is the revenue generation. You need to find your sales. Okay, how to find the next revenue for your company. This is external. For the internal one, we call it as the HR. We call it as accounting or the tax. Okay, for them they also categorize another called core and critical. Non-core but critical is like, for example, for core and critical is sales and marketing, because this is your main part to help you to find money, find the revenue from the outside there, business development. How about the non-core but critical that people tend to ignore, like accounts, HR, also tax? Those business owners, especially, I think generally saying, many of you will also tend to neglect the importance of this, because not so soon until we have a party called LHDN. Okay, every year they will chase over you to ask you to submit the what we call your income statements. Okay, have you the form filing this form BE and then all these things? They will chase. They will try to check what are you doing the whole year? Are you making profit? If yes, please declare. You declare and then you submit whatever tax you have to submit. Or you're making loss, also fine. As what we call responsible of a citizen, Malaysian citizens, you must declare even though you are not making profit. Okay. So the only way for you guys under this small and micro enterprise is you're not afford to hire professional personnel to sit in your office, because you are from this stage. You don't have to pay for the salary for them. So the only way is you digitalize and also outsource your non-core but critical function over here to the expert in this field. Okay. So now I would like to invite Ryan Fu to explain to you what is the real digitalization in this current world, especially after the pandemic. Okay, after the pandemic, after the COVID, that everyone tend to talk about. Okay, let's say we go for 4.0. Okay, we go for digitalization, we go for cloud. Are they really digitalized? Are you really think that that's a digitalized? Later on, we will show you. Okay, Ryan, your turn.
Okay, thank you, Stuart, for kicking me out. So, can everyone hear me? Is my voice clear? Okay, yeah. So, all right. Let me just do a short introduction about myself. So, I'm Ryan. So, I'm Business Digitalization Specialist from GreenPro. And another additional FYI, I'm actually also the senior of Thai UC. I'm just a graduate a year ago. Yeah. So, without further ado, let me just start sharing my slides. Okay, just one moment, yeah. Okay, so is everyone able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So let's start my discussion here. So firstly, back to the topic we're talking about today is about digitalization and also digital entrepreneurs, right? But before that, I would like to ask one question. So I believe everyone, do you ever heard the term digitalization? Have anyone heard it? Because I believe most of the students here are from the business faculty, right? You often study or also saw about digital transformation, these terms. So do you understand what is digitalization about? So I just give you a very clear mind from here. Actually, I would like to start from making a comparison. There is always people confusing about what is digitization and digitalization. So the business owners, today I'd like to ask you a question first. Does using a calculator consider as digitalized? So can everyone answer me? Anyone? Does using calculator are considered as digitalized? Yes or no? You can just answer in box. Okay, I got one. No. Not sure. No. Okay, so I'll disclose the answer shortly. So I just give you a very clear idea from here. Actually, that using a calculator is only considered as digitization. It's not fully digitalized yet. Because you're just transferring the figures into the digital form. But the definition about digitalization, right, is actually more of a process and also interaction by using the digital technologies. So the example, like just now I said, today you want to calculate like you want to do math So example 1 plus 1 equals to 2. Let's say you want to calculate, so you just take out your calculator. Okay, 1 plus equals to 2. So this one actually just considered as a partial digitization only. But if let's say today you want to talk about digitalization, right? What we are talking here is about artificial intelligence. So this is where the real digitalization begins. So today you want to do maths, you just pass to the AI. You say, I want to get an answer. So the AI robot will automatically calculate 1 plus 1 equal to you. So you can see the difference here. So digitalization actually is done by the human, and digitalization actually by the robots. So this is the main differences between digitization and digitalization. So everyone has a clear idea on here already? Right. So goes to the next slide. So this is a scenario about the digital areas in today's. So we actually separate into two scenarios. One is doing digital and another one is being digital. So at the past times, people are just at the starting stage, they just merely doing digital only. They got no digital plans, and they just simply using the technology only. But they actually, people are starting slowly to evolve into being digital. Like let's say today you're using smartphone but does using smartphone consider as digitalized? I would say you just doing digital only. It does not being digital, because today topics we are mainly talking about digital entrepreneurs. So how do you able to take the digital tools, like let's say your smartphones like that, to make it into your business process more efficiently? How do you use the digital tools to improve your business process? So this is where people are starting to evolve from doing digital until being digital. So it's important to having this change in your mindset. So these are the news that actually showing that digitalization is actually it's a serious matter. People are keep on discussing around you. It's just that people still have very little awareness about this. It's actually also having a quite important impact in your future, especially in your future career. Like after you graduate, people are actually already starting focus, like whether you have the digital skills or you have the knowledge, which capable in this current work, the future workplace. Okay, so back to the topic. We're talking about digital entrepreneurs. So what are the traits or elements that you must have as a digital entrepreneur? So talk about the personality. Of course, you must be creative, you must have the knowledge, and also, most importantly, you need to have entrepreneur, what we call is the entrepreneur spirit. So like today, you as a boss, of course, you need to have the open mindset. And then you need to also willing to accept those new changes and willing to accept the new challenges. So with all this entrepreneur spirit personality with you, then you already are partial as a digital entrepreneur. Also with the digital solutions, which the digital tools equip with you, then you are actually considered as a true digital entrepreneur. So what are the examples of the digital solutions? Later we have a real showcase to you. Okay, so this one is actually it's a research done by the MDEC. This is one of the examples for them. Studies about real digitalization. Just one question I would like to ask. Most of the students here are from FAMB, right? But many of you comes from accounting courses. Is there any students from accounting courses here? If yes, you just type yes or 1 in the chat box. Yes. Okay, I got one here. Okay. Wow. Thank you for your reply. So I can see that actually there are quite few students are from accounting courses. So your definition in accounting for digitalization in accounting like previously I've asked you for the accounting, right? What you usually see is what debit and credit So how you do the accounting? Obviously, you have to do all the double entry works, right? You have to do the debit, credit, you have to check the accounts, all that. But in the digitalization definition and explanation in the accounting terms, we are actually talking about accurate, instant, and most importantly is without human intervention. So which means in the true digitalization, there is no human intervention in the accounting process. So how is it able to done so? Actually, they are tools which are already in the current state already able to do it. So later I'll show you about how is the tools it actually works. Okay, so this one for this slide, right, is just now Mr. Stewart also mentioned about is the current ICT adoption rate among the SMEs. Also, so this one, the chart, it shows that actually there are more than 80% of the SME adopting computers, laptops, and also smartphones. But you can see there are only 46% and also 32% which using the financial and accounting system and also a company web. So do you know what is the reason that the adoption rate for accounting and finance system is so low? Do anyone know what is the reason behind that? Okay, so the reason is that it's too complex. Because nowadays people don't like the things so complex one. Like if let's say today you are the boss, you are the business owner. You also don't have the time. You also don't want something so messy you want to learn. Like today for the accounting student just now who has answered, like you are a very fresh student. So let's say today after you graduate, I straight away, you're in your first job, I pass to you one accounting software. Then I pass to you. Do you know how to operate it? Obviously, you need time to learn, right? How to use or how to operate the system. It's very complex, all that, very mafan, right? But let's say why people the adoption rate for smartphone and also computer laptops so high today, because it's very simple and very easy to use convenience. Why people want to invent smartphone? It's because very convenient, right? You see even today the meeting we also conducted using a computer and also smartphone. Do you agree nowadays? Right. So so after sharing, after all the sharing, so now is the real showcase to you like just now I've been mentioning. Today I would like to show you what is the real AI is about and how is this digital tools is able to help you in your business for the business owners or for the students who actually would like to start up your own business. So how is this AI tools is actually able to help in your daily process or daily usage. So do allow me one moment. So I will share out I will touch up my screen. I'm actually using my smartphone to do the demonstration. Okay.
So, can everyone see my screen here? Yes, right? Okay. So today the tools mainly I want to share to you is called Green Pro AI Accounting. So this one, how is it actually works? So let me show to you. So I just before I start I just give you a very simple case study. Like today you want to do accounting, right? Usually how you do you just either you do it in manual way, which you just do the handwriting, debit, credit, check, all the double entry, right? Or either way, you do it in Microsoft Excel. So actually you have to have the knowledge, also have to have the time to learn how it works, right? So today, with this digital tools, you just use your smartphone to take the picture. Then automatically, you can done your accounting. Is it very amazing? So today on my hand, I am holding a message bill. So this one is a telecom message bill. So you can see the amount here, 199.3, right? And then the date is March of 2022. So what I have to do, I just use my smartphone, go into the camera, so you can see the screen, right? So this object I just put here. Then what I need to do, I just take the photo. Okay, just simple as that. Like usually you just use a smartphone to take selfies, take photo like that. Very easy, everyone also can do. So here is where the AI is performing. So after I have captured the photo, so now I just find back the account which I've already done. Okay, just a moment here. Okay, you see? So you can see the screen, right? The account is actually already reflected. Just now, I just take the photo, right? And just a few seconds, the account is already done for you. You can see for the name, Telefax packing, and accrual. So clearly you can see here, the debit 199.3, credit 199.3. So the double entry already done the double entry work. So you also can easily track back the document we have just captured. You just see the document icon here. I just click it. See, this one is the photo that I just captured. You can still see the object there, which I just put it there just now. So this one is actually a real-time. This is not pre-recorded or pre-edited. So it's the real AI working. Just take a photo, then your account is already done. You no need to worry also because you know now MCO time so it's difficult to go outside like when during emergency time people ask for the document, then you can just easily find back. Like a few years ago, you the very old document you also can find back. So this is how the digital tools we've been talking about. Okay, so basically here is about the demonstration for the digital tools.
let me go back to my slides. Okay, so I just completed the demonstration about the real digital now lah. So I believe now everyone also have already opened your mind now. What is the real digital tools in the current working place? So from here now back to the topic now. Become a digital entrepreneur. Now at the end, you want to come up and do a business, right? We are mainly focused on two things lah, which is external and also the internal. So about the external part, what is the external part for the business is focusing about? It's about sales, e-commerce, like a website. So this is on the external part. But about the internal part, right, of the business, obviously most important is the account and also the cash flow. So that's why the topic we say is that a digital entrepreneur is start with AI accounting. So this is the main reason behind. Today you want to start up a business, you as a business owner, obviously you own the business, you have the cash flow, everything, you must have your account, right? This is a very important thing. Okay, also after this session, if you want to ask yourself whether you are already digital ready or not, if you are like, let's say you are still not sure whether you are digital ready or with the digital technologies around yourself, but you are not sure whether you still are capable or not to consider yourself as a digital entrepreneur. Here there's a QR code for you. All you have to do, you just scan the QR code to join our WhatsApp digital group. So inside the group, right, we will be sharing some of the our job opportunities updates, and so the digital related news or information, so that you have more better understanding and also information regarding the digital part. And most importantly, there's a complimentary digital readiness assessment in the group. After you scan and join into the group, then we'll be sharing a link for you so you can do the digital readiness test by free one. Okay. So after this part, Mr. Stuart, do you have any points to add on?
Yeah, indeed. Okay, thanks, Ryan, for the sharing to the students about now what is the real digitalization tools for those people, whereas they are always talk about, oh, I'm coming into digitalization, but they don't really understand in the real world we are really doing this thing, but we are not just theory, we are not talking about courses, but in fact we are practically doing. Okay, for the accounting students out there, you don't need to feel worried, because like just now I saw a student, the student called Liu Zifeng. Okay, yeah, very wise of you. You notice that there is a OCR. We call it as optical character OCR recognition. So which means this is a very common technology. The accuracy is, we can say, 99.9%. Not only the GreenPro AI are using these tools to capture the wording. Out there we have a lot of tools. We can use OCR to capture the name card and then straight away save into your phone book. Yeah, this is the way now whatever the entrepreneur doing already. So this thing is they know how to scan, cache out the important wording, and for processing. For the accounting student, yeah, we have a lot of time now, right? So we can, if you, let's say you have some questions, feel free to ask. Now I'm doing my personal thought sharing to you. You don't need to feel worried, because we did get some response from the accounting student or even the accountant before. They will say, am I going to the road of unemployment? Because now the robot, the AI can substitute me. Okay, try to think in this way. Now the double entry, we call it as a donkey word. Why donkey? Because debit credit now. You learn so hard for the double. You learn so hard for the debit credit in your year 1, year 2, but now the advancement of the technology can help you to get rid of that. But for you as the accounting personnel, okay, now you are student. Later on, you will become accountant. You will get those MIA members. You will get a higher grade of the certified over there. You should start to think in this way. Your knowledge is to helping your boss or helping your business upgrade yourself as the reviewer. Those donkey words, I should left it to the robot, the AI to do. You save your time, you save your money to hire people. You should focus into find more business, find more revenue out there, okay, as the accounting personnel. So now with this advancement of the tools, what we can do is, when you having a smartphone, you can take photo as the import of the document, source document. Then we get processing in the center, accounting intelligence center. Then another way of doing is you can output your whole set of the financial statement. Okay, who is owing you money? You owing who money? In how many days? As a business owner, you must need to know, I should return money to who in how many days, or else I will get penalty. I need to pay for the additional interest. You will need to know this. Okay, how long should I chase this guy when he's still earning me money? Okay, so you as a business owner, you should know about this. And then when the auditor comes, for you as a business owner or as an accountant over here, you don't need to struggle again, put into the what we call accounting software. Okay, for us, what is the differences with just now, whatever you see, the accounting solution and accounting software? I believe some of you will have some example in your mind, like in the market, we count, we have Xero, SQL in the market, but we only categorize them as the accounting software. Software, which means today you are the boss, you need to hire people, sit in the office to help you do debit credit. You buy the software, you hire people to do this. But when we come to solution is, today you are drinking coffee in a coffee shop, okay, kopitiam out there. So you get the invoice from your staff or your team, okay, you get the invoice. So you don't need to ask another guy to help you to do. You take a photo or you use scanner. Take photo, then your account will be done. It's as rapid as, the real world is as rapid as like that. Because when today you as an entrepreneur, you go into your client office, you have your business deal discussion. If let's say the client is green light to accept your proposal, you will need to issue the invoice in your smartphone. If let's say today, okay, let me go back my office and I will ask my staff to issue you an invoice. Maybe in the middle of time, your client change of mind. So as a result, you will lose the business deal. So how about in this way? Today, you have your smartphone in your hand. When the client say, okay, I will accept your proposal, let's do it. You use your smartphone, issue the invoice, straight away send to your client in front of you, and then ask him to do digital sign, or because you are currently in the office, in his office. So ask them to print out and then get the client to sign. Quotation, okay? Send the quotation, and then you take a photo or you use the invoicing tools, issue invoice, directly bill this customer. So when the client return you with a signed copy, you take a photo and then go back, you take a photo, during the time you take the photo, in the same time you've done your account. You see how fast is the world moving. If go back to the traditional doing, when you want to check for your old documents, old copies of the documents, like even now in the accountancy world or in the business world, you ask your parents or ask your whoever who's doing business, when they want to check a document, they will go back to or give you a call. I hope it is not we cross with the public holiday or after working hour. You find that your accountant. hello, Miss Liu, can I get back the documents that are for the invoice number 12345? I think it's fall under 12 years ago, about 2 years ago. So the accountant might answer you, sorry, boss, now I'm in off time already, so maybe I get back to you tomorrow. Or if you outsource to the accounting firm, they will say, you give me 2 days of time, I will get back to you. So as a business owner, you think, is this comfortable for you when especially some emergency case arise? Or you prefer straight away, you don't need to rely external people or internal people. You rely on yourself. Open up the smartphone, go in the system, check all the transaction ledger, or you want to get the latest financial statement also in your smartphone. Also with the attached original copy in the cloud storage, side by side, every ledger. This is the way of the real digital entrepreneur doing. What I can share is, okay, yeah, that is my my personal thought to you about the real world, how we do already. Okay, I hope you benefit from here. Yeah, now I think we have some time for the Q&A. Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions here.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. So it's time for Q&A. Students, if you have anything to ask Mr. Stewart or Mr. Ryan, please feel free to drop your questions on the chat box.
I guess, yeah, or I think it's the this regardless any years of the student, always the student will be shy. Yeah, if you are shy, you can drop the message or you open out your mic, or we will continue do some sharing lah while we wait for your question. Yeah, if let's say any of you are from the entrepreneurial background, you are a job seeker, you want to look for a job because you are final year student, we welcome you to join in the group. Okay, in the group we will always share our what we call the positions. Okay, for those who are in the aligned with our direction, like you are digital readiness. Okay, and we always post the job vacancy over there in a part-time or full-time basis. And yeah, so this term is very important if you are digital readiness. Like just now, what Ryan shared to you is you consider using calculator is digitalization. You're using software. So following the MDAC study, the MDAC definition, a real digitalization is mean your operation is minimal human intervention. Why people tend to go for AI, go for robots to do the donkey work? Because the human should upgrade. Not to say the Terminator. You watch the movie, you watch the Terminator 1, 2, 3, 4. The robot already has the independent mindset. This is a movie. Okay, as far as I know, the current world, I'm not sure whether China or US have some what we call the hidden secret, okay, for this technology yet. So far as I know, not yet lah. That's why our AI is still learning. If you aware about the robot who playing the chess, we call Algo Breeze, okay, Algo what name? Algo something lah. Okay, for when the robot first time invented in the market, the robot who playing the chess was loose to the human. Because the robot unable to predict the behavior of the human. But after, I think, 80 to 100 rounds of playing, the robot already learned the behavior of the human. They know what is the next step. So by that time, the human already unable to win the robot because whatever move the human tend to go, the robot already do the prevention. So this is how the AI comes. We have AI 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. The first 1.0 is the robot observe. You keep on, we call it as a RBS, robotic. They keep on learn. Whatever you input to them, they learn, they observe. Like just now, the message bill, we already teach the robot, okay, next time you see this message bill, okay, you see this format, you need to do debit this, credit this. So the robot behind learn already. So they know what to do. And come to the second stage, the robot already know. You don't need already automated that time. Robot already know what to do. So the 3.0, which means the robot already know what is the message, what is a digi, what is xiaogong. So whenever you take photo, you input, you feed the robot know how to teach the other robot, okay, robot 1, 2, 3, when you see this, you do this. So this is how intelligent technology, how interesting. Okay, so a piece of advice from here, is a little bit 2 cents from myself, is for students out there. Today you witness the real AI in the market. You should start to think, what is the thing should be done by the human? Okay, what is the thing that the human cannot do, the robot can do? Then the robot can do what you should not do. Should not struggle into it anymore, because now the technology is there. You should go the other way, figure out something that robot cannot do. You specialize yourself. You give advice. You have your creative mindset. You give your advice. This is the thing the robot forever cannot do, because robots don't have the creativity. They are unable to create new things. Okay, they only can predict, observe, and then learn. Okay, this is the difference between human and Terminator. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all from my side. Anything to add on, Ryan?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Stewart, for your sharing. Yeah. So I just do a brief summarize of all the sharing just now lah. Actually, I just want to say that today there are actually many students which are nearly final years, right? Or you are already final year 1, year 2, or the final year student which about to graduate. Either that you are in the future career, you start up your own business, or either you want to work for the boss. I hope that what you have learned today, you really adopt those digital skills or digital knowledge. It's gonna help in your career. So just want to let you know, the digital thing is actually it's not about technology lah. It slowly is becoming a cultural thing, because people are already starting to notice about the digital. They're starting to have awareness. Slowly, this one is the digital stuff is gonna take over what we are facing now. It's gonna slowly to take over the traditional. So it's whether up to yourself, you wanted to transform yourself and then to adopt into digital transformation. So this one is actually a cultural thing. It's about your mindset. You have to change to adopt the new things, to adopt the digital technologies which around you. So basically, that's all about my sharings. I wish all the success for all the students which are about to graduate and in their future careers. So let me pass to the host, Miss Kani. Is that
Yeah, okay.
Let me pass back to the stage.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan, for the sharing. Okay, we have a question here from Go Yu Swen. All right. Do you suggest degree holders to continue to pursue masters or start employment right after graduate? Yeah, I think it's graduating. All right. Due to competitive employment now. Okay. So a piece of advice, maybe from Mr. Stewart.
Okay, good questions. Okay, this is no right or wrong answers. Also depends on your what we call the course from the proficiency from your field. Okay, always you not to forget is when you got what we call the bad result from your exam, you don't need to feel sad, because the certificate is just what we always say is a key to let you open to another chapter. Okay, a good result that just able to answer to yourself from your 3 years of the study. Because as a student is you have to justify to your 3 years study or the 4 year study. If that's only responsible, because as a student you need to focus study. You don't have to worry about earn money. Okay, responsible for the other thing. This is your focus right now. if you're unable to get good result, you fail everything, you have to rethink back. What is the problem? Is it you are not suitable? You are more suitable for do some what we call you have your talent in another field. Okay, maybe you can go for bakery. Okay, your talent is there. You should become a hairstylist. Okay, so for the degree holder, when you got the bad result from yourself, don't need to feel sad. You should rethink. This is the first summary point I would like to share to you is, okay, the second one is whether you are suitable for go to the master. This is a very interesting part lah. But this is from my personal point of view. I will not like giving my advice to you about this. Like for those what is my previous experience is, if let's say you got your degree, you got your master, you got your any professional group of certifications, it will help you to, like when we think about promotion in the corporate, this is added value for us to consider. Like if you want to compare a bit, people we have from the or from another, from the same school, but okay, if let's say you want to consider as a key entry, key to go into a job, as long as you fit the minimum required, okay, you have a working experience, minimum you must graduate from the degree, then you pass, you go in job already. As long as the competition is not there lah, you pass the minimum requirement. Come back to the promotion. Yeah, this is the thing we have to consider. Okay. No right or wrong. If let's say you have the opportunity to further your studies, okay, it's always good you go for a master and you got some professional body to get yourself certified. Okay, not because this is always the added value for yourself. Okay, especially you're still young. This thing will always one day you will feel grateful. You will thank for yourself if you possess all of this when you go 30 or 40 years old. That time you have another young guy to try to compete with you. So you guys share the same degree, okay, but you have another certification or specialization that you can win over the young guy. Yeah, this is my comment. All right, I hope I'm answering you.
Yeah, hope you got your answer there. Go, Yushwen. All right, any more questions? Okay, if you can't think of any, so later on I'll be sharing the link to our feedback form. Okay, please, you can also drop your questions if you have any for Mr. Stewart and Mr. Ryan. Okay, we would be more than glad to forward your questions to them. All right, and you can also follow them on their social media page and also their website. All right. Okay, I think we don't have any further question. We have come to our end. Okay, so I would like to thank Mr. Stewart and Mr. Ryan for spending some time with us to share their informational session today, sharing session today. Okay, for those of you out there, I mean, who join our session today, aspiring to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so
shall we have a 4 seconds?
Photo session. Okay, if our students are not shy enough to on their camera, yeah, we can have a photo session. All right. So anyone would like to on their camera, we can have a quick photo session before we conclude the session for today. Wow, all very shy.
Let's join. Don't be shy. As become the entrepreneur, you must know how to stand up and pick up. This is the first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must possess as the entrepreneur.
Yeah, way to go, Yushwen. Okay.
I think.
Okay, I think we can capture some snapshots here, Mr. Stewart. All right. All right. Okay then. So thanks once again to
Am I the one
Mr.
who
Stewart and
looking
Mr.
at
Ryan
the-
and to all our participants. Okay, I've already given the, sorry, are we done? Yeah. Okay, I've already shared the feedback form link
Yeah.
on the chat box. Okay, so students, don't forget to fill out your feedback form. We will be giving out soft skill points, okay, only for those who actually fill out the feedback form. Okay, all right, follow us on our social media pages. I've given the link there for upcoming career events and also job and internship opportunities. All right, hopefully the session have benefited all of you, and for those aspiring to be entrepreneurs, so this will be a good start for you. So a key takeaway for today, which we learned from this session: don't be afraid of new challenges and new changes. All right, okay, so wherever you can use your human brain, your intelligence, use it there. Wherever you can simplify it with AI, please do so. All right. Okay, so I think that's all for our session for today. Thank you very much. Okay, so thanks, Mr. Stewart and Mr. Ryan. So I'll be staying in the session for students to fill out the feedback form. All right, so you both can leave now. All right, bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Take care.